Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. Off here to a 1 vs 1 on Crossroads. In the north, it is Paul.A.D fighting here for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Comrade Stalin, and the Second Guards Mechanized Corps. Versus in the south, it is Angreifen fighting here for the German Army, Deutschland, the Panzergruppe von Strachwitz. Here with Osttruppen documentally chosen, he's got Osttruppen, Panzergrenadier, and Panzerfaust bulletins versus Paul.A.D's counterattack. Airborne Troops and Soviet Reserve Army. Hello. With triple limited bulletins there for Paul.A.D. We got an Osttruppen start here for Angreifen with an MD42 following up here. Pioneers heading eastwards here. Osttruppen moving ahead there steadily. So obviously Angreifen's going to be pushing onto the battlefield pretty hard, while also hoping that Paul.A.D. does not go for Piemonte troops and scout cars, since at least for now he has no access to Panzerfaust to have to back take or take up really fast. So we'll have to see. Either way, there'll be a room of opportunity there for Paul.A.D. to just run down Angreifen with the scout cars. But so far, it's a heavy counter build there for Paul.A.D. versus Angreifen's Osttruppen. So that should work out nicely there for Angreifen for now, at least, as long as he doesn't mishandle the Osttruppen. Note he's also heading westwards there, playing much more aggressively thanks to the Osttruppen, meaning he doesn't have to waste time, on the building of the infantry and training and just get them out, meaning overall an Osttruppen start can just give you much faster sort of reaction on the battlefield. Paul.A.D. there, though, being flanked here, so again plays aggressively. The Osttruppen again allowing to play the machine gun ultimate actively, in this case getting flanked here. Should probably try and rush the counter there while they are pinned down maybe, but we'll have to see. Third Osttruppen squad out there. Western squad, they continue to move out there. Paul.A.D's only got the western field point, and Angreifen moves more slowly towards the other one. He's just pursuing the MD42 there. He's quickly switching to the one pursuing. He's trying to drag them into the Pioneers, and there you go. Once he's got the MD42 behind the Pioneers, he quickly sets up there. As while the Conscripts then try and pursue the MD42, still they're just being focused down by the Pioneers and the Osttruppen, plus maybe the machine gunners on the MD42. And with this, Angreifen slowly return the tables here on Paul.A.D. Those Osttruppen now suffering a bit here to the Conscripts. They have finally got non suppressed. The pursuit's continuing over here. More Osttruppen coming in here on the west side. They just continue to slowly push ahead there. Overall, just focusing on steadily seizing as much territory as they can there under Paul.A.D's nose, who's bringing up 4th Conscript there. Conscript falling back here rapidly. Still Osttruppen in, and the MD42 as well there. And he's using it now to grab the eastern fuel point instead. Pioneers there continue to just keep up the pursuit. Contra taking damage, but now we got more Contra on the field here. Osttruppen moving in, but he's going to have to retreat that Pioneer squad before he loses it. Paul's 4th Contra squad is out there. We'll have to see what he goes for. He certainly has a few choices there. Angreifen could be taken up now. He could also go for a 4th Osttruppen squad if he wants to, or he could go for another MD42. All I would say are, for varying reasons, solid options. More Osttruppen now just mean more pressure on the field now. Now the MD42 would mean more control versus Paul.A.D's infantry. And of course fast tech would mean, faster Panzergrenadiers or something else like that. So we'll have to see what Angreifen ends up with versus Paul.A.D. Bit of skirmishing here, they're continuing. Flameforce there quickly putting a big dent into their Angreifen's Osttruppen back in Paul.A.D's space. Nothing further happening. He's making a big push here for the point. But you always see the MD42 is repositioning to back up the troops. Avoiding in this case a deep flank by Paul.A.D, though nice over there by Paul. Very nice setup, just in this case kind of ruined by Angreifen, being a bit, maneuverable and not just staking about in one spot. Bunker almost done, we got the tech as well there, so we're probably seeing some early Panzer Grenadiers out here for Angreifen. Probably like to make a nice company down the road, but I imagine the first unit we're seeing will be a Panzer Grenadier squad there, that'll be the first thing after that. Medic bunker there can be upgraded, if you don't mind seeing there, could also be a good investment there for Angreifen and the Panzergruppe von Strachwitz, composed of the 101st Panzer Brigade and the, SS, and I think the 100 SS Panzer Brigade, or just Brigade, I can't quite remember what his full designation was, but it was an SS Brigade, possibly Panzer, that was more or less made up of a training sort of depot. So they just quickly throw into the fire. Anyways, conflict against the Osttruppen there, machine gun coming up. Again, note the way that Angreifen just keeping the machine gun actually backing up his troops, shifting it from here and there, meaning it's sort of more any engagement within, he's more likely to win. But of course, other points he's going to be sort of less amazing. But with this, Angreifen sort of trying to maintain initiative and momentum here versus Paul.A.D, though he's now losing the eastern field point. So it's obviously not without its flaws, but at the same time, he's aggressively harassing and always just grabbing points elsewhere. It's not like he's hugely falling behind either. So, I mean, nice place there. We do get the like to make a nice company first out. I would have figured Panzer Grenadiers, in particular, with the doctrine or bulletin for them. So I am mildly surprised there, though not wildly. I mean, it obviously was an option. Anyways, going points here. MD42 moving towards the western field point there. Again, active fluid play there with MD42. We get a 2-2 first here for Angreifen. Probably to put pressure there, obviously, and then on Paul.A.D's infantry. Maybe try and force him in to go for anti-tank grenades, further delaying any tech. He's going for this pump company up there. Maxims, mortars and field guns. Losing the eastern victory point here as fighting intensifies around the centre of victory point. Got flamethrowers up the Pioneers burning through their Paul.A.D's hideouts. 2-2 almost done there for Angreifen. And we got airborne troops out here for Paul.A.D. Quickly dropping in some SVT-40 semi-automatic rifles for the men. The 2-2s out, Osttruppen reinforcing. And now lining up here for counterattack towards the eastern fuel point there. We got Pioneers with flamethrowers plus a lot of Osttruppen, making it very difficult for Paul.A.D. to like easily maintain the defense, and mostly might be able to sort of keep Angreifen's main chasing, meaning they won't be able to do much else. To do as the constant on the west, he's playing it safe, though he doesn't know if they have anti-tank grenades, but Angreifen's are working on the assumption that they do, and would rather not risk getting his 2-2 pelted by anti-tank grenades, which is, I think, in most cases, the sensible response. More 2-2s on the way. That's definitely a bit interesting there. You don't see a lot of 2-2 like heavy builds, even like more than one tends to be on the rare side as of late, but still a pair of well-handled 2-2s can be quite devastating, plus can work versus a reasonable amount of light vehicles, in particular if properly supported by infantry, and maybe Panzerfaust, and the 2-2s can sort of finish it off. Plus they're reasonably good at sort of punishing overextended retreating units. So I mean, it can be a bit of a nasty strat here, but handling double 2-2s can be quite tricky for a lot of airman players. And there you go, he's laying down S-Mines in the retreat path. Good play there. Tends to be, shall we say, one of the hallmarks of Angreifen's playing with this. All of a sudden, he gets a wipe on the counter board here. Good play there. Shows what a well-laid S-Mine field can do to punish your opponent. So Angreifen there tactically turning the tables on Paul.A.D. He probably didn't anticipate that. Instead of pursuing the unit, he just sending the 2-2 while mining up any potential escape paths for the conscripts, increasing his chance of that way landing a wipe. So beautiful play there by Angreifen. 2-2's now joining up here to form up a small patrol, as it was known in the German army. 2 armoured cars would form up a patrol. That's, I think 3 patrols would form up a platoon or something like that. But there you go, using the 2-2s to scout for the MD-42, using that way sort of a nice little tactical formation there. Pushing back the counter there, and that's the one with the SVT-40, so all of a sudden Paul.A.D's more heavily equipped infantry is on the run. He's got a field gun out. And he has successfully man-solid forts there. We got Panzerguns now following up there for Angreifen. Overall, I'd say it's a very solid build order he's got going here versus Paul.A.D. And there you go, charging forts with anti-tank grenades. Got to go in the 2-2 MD-42. They're setting up to cover the retreat of the 2-2s. Beautiful play there, seizing these points. Note sandbags up here from the Osttruppen, since they can with the doctrine you get the entrenching tools. Set up sandbags or trenches or whatever else you want. There you go, Panzer going to be out there for Angreifen. We got another weapon crate drop in there for Paul.A.D. Will we be seeing any Dishkas, one wonders, or will he try and take up fast? So far, Paul.A.D. is finding himself under a lot of pressure. Yes, the 2-2s again just gives Angreifen this very effective ability to just corral Paul.A.D.'s forces about, as he currently lacks any way of sort of dealing with the mobility. So tactically very solid. Also on a map like Crossroads, that's not just a series of choke points. It also works out quite nicely because they do have plenty of room to maneuver about and just quickly go from point A to point B, or even point C if you're feeling daring. Contrasting the Osttruppen, of course, with SVT-40s, they'll definitely in most cases beat the Osttruppen. We got the tank come out. I'm just probably going to go for the T-70 here. We could try and go for the mechanized armor company, but that might end up being a bit too ambitious and optimistic. So 2 conscript forces here with SVT-40s for Paul.A.D. Western points being seized here. We got the MD-42 Panzers and the Osttruppen now seizing it up. 1 2 here, the other one a bit further behind, being repaired there by Angreifen Pioneers. Tango return command almost done there. You'll be able to go for a T-70 pretty fast. We got mines there in case of more mines from Angreifen, and Angreifen does like his mines, in particular S-mines. But we also see plenty of telemines down there, as he's starting, of course, to anticipate the T-70. Good play there by Angreifen. Again, he's got a good read on his opponent to a degree. And also in that regard, I mean, double 2-2s to an extent will invite, stuff like a T-70 or an S-6, in which case, again, telemines are just, a nice natural supplement. But there you go. Swinging eastwards there. Rather than attacking westwards, where again, most of Angreifen's more hardened forces will be, and we got even more telemines. So that's 3 telemines there from Angreifen so far. Solid uses there of his munitions to just mine up as many approaches there against Paul.A.D. We got a T-70 slowly on the way here, also being rounded by the conscripts. Cover though shattered, vanishing under a fusillade of autocannon fire and some machine gun fire there. Clearing that S-mount, got the machine gun pioneers going in there. We got more weapon crates being dropped in there for Paul.A.D and the Red Army. And the field gun is being hauled back rapidly as it has nothing to screen against any infantry assaults there from Angreifen and the Panzergruppe von Strachwitz. He's being hosted there by it. He could try and maybe go for field gun barrage here to clear out the machine gun. The field gun can sometimes land some devastatingly accurate hits that just instantly wipes an entire unit before your very eyes. Troops are healing and forcing. T7 moving in though, catching the Osttruppen bunched up. We can see the Angreifen immediately just hits retreat button. Obviously there's no point in trying to keep two Osttruppen squads that close to each other right in front of a T70. That's just feeding the T70 easy kills and experience, which is not what you want to be doing. Of course, if you can bait it into any of the telemines, that'd be great there for Angreifen. Still, he's in control of most of the map. He's getting most of the fuel. He's getting 45 versus Paul.A.D's 13. That's a, well, 3 times advantage. Oh, trying to take it out, then instead hits the mine. Lucky there for Paul.A.D, bit about like there for Angreifen. Of course, this tells Paul.A.D though, there's telemines about. And he even tried to dig in a trench there on Paul.A.D's western carve point towards the west there. Cheeky play there by Angreifen. We got a fuel cache up here in the carve point. Mines going off here. T7 has the double 2-2s, and again they can do some nasty damage here. Though they can also take significant damage from the T70. Still, big swing to the west here. Angreifen's lines collapsing there without the machine gun or the 2-2s there. There's not much that halts, Pole's glorious Soviet advance. And we got taken there for Angreifen, taking advantage of the initial successes thanks to the infantry machine guns, of course, 2-2s, plus of course those dastardly S-mines. Just quickly gain some further advantage there. Good play by Angreifen. Good realization of momentum. And what is this? We do actually get some guards airborne out here for Paul.A.D and the Red Army infiltrating in there. We'll have to see what it goes for. I mean, DP light machine guns give them a lot more long range firepower. Submachine guns, of course, are just pretty good up close, and of course they also cost nothing in this case. So in that sense, just offers up a very cost efficient upgrade just to get close to the Osttruppen and murder them. We'll have to see what it ends up with. Of course, we should make a decision fast. Getting some damage then there, but the sheer number of Osttruppen there, so leaving a bit of problem there for the paratroops in particular, since that side of the building does not have a ton of windows to make it easy to hit back with, or at least there's some. Still, they are beginning to bleed out here in the face of Angreifen's Osttruppen in heavy cover, and of course, very importantly, experience. Oh no, the T70 is so close! And there we go. Paul.A.D's T70 is down to one of Angreifen's many telemines. I think he might have spotted some of the others and dealt with them, but still. If your opponent's mine's down and he's known for using them, be sure to keep S or minesweepers close to your T70 and the likes. So yeah, that easily paid off there for Angreifen. That has definitely left Paul.A.D in a very tricky spot there now. Lacking any light armour to really sort of threaten the 2-2s, though of course Panzerjäger's assisting the 2-2s only would not make the job easier for his T7 light tank. We got a Disco dropping in there to help deal with infantry, put some pressure on the light vehicles. Pioneers chatting forward for the car front. Of course we got a trench waiting. Sees an eastern point there though. Good play there in return by Paul.A.D though, at least avoid sort of the mess in the west, so at least make progress in the east instead. Good play. Good tactical read. Back here though, he can build a supplemental core. You could also just try to decide, he's feeling really lucky and just try and push for tier 4 here. Dishka there, crewed by Paul.A.D's conscripts. There we go, 2-2 chatting southwards into the country then to tank grenades, not rifles, just grenades. He doesn't seem to pop them. Consider this country there getting absolutely murdered up close to double 2s again. That's the thing. Like 1 2-2 may not seem like a lot, but a pair of 2-2s can actually do a lot of damage to human infantry. And there you go, 1 2-2 down. In fact, again, they almost took out the entire conscript squad in a matter of like half a minute. So, I mean, again, a well-handled pair of 2-2s is actually a surprisingly powerful weapon. But again, it is a weapon that compared with, say, a single T70 or Steward on AC Mark III requires a lot more managing, and it can also much more easily just, go a bit pear-shaped. But again, if you can handle double 2-2s, it can be a really powerful tool and can be a very frustrating tool for your opponent to deal with. Most mines up there, he's just doing it right under Paul.A.D's nose, just frustrate his advance further. Good play there, whatever we can do to rob any of Paul.A.D's assault from momentum, giving more time to react, but also just frustrate Paul.A.D further is good. Also on the left flank though, encountering heavy fire here, we got the DP wielding guards airborne there, again triple light machine guns. which is technically the highest amount of any unit can sort of get. At least not without Sama picking up a lot of light machine guns. More S-mines going off there, counter they're taking significant casualties as they, well, burst open and kill a few conscripts. Still no support. Oh, we do get the heavy panzer prop. He might actually then push for a Sturmpanzer here or a Panther. Paul.A.D once more again swinging westwards. Again, he's sort of trying to sort of constantly keep Angreifen a bit off guard there, but just swinging his attacks about. Oh, machine gun caught a really bad spot there. Small chance of wipe here, but does seem like it doesn't happen again. No, further S-mines. He's just trying to take advantage of any sort of map control he has to just mind up and again make it harder for Paul.A.D to advance. Again, thumbs up there to Angreifen. This is some absolutely ace level mining. And again, is one of the things I feel like tends to get a bit neglected with Angreifen. Again, he does have some tendencies towards slightly weirdly repetitive play, blah. But again, when it comes to mining, he's definitely, you know, one to watch. Infantry companies, we've got a backtick there, very interesting enough. We've also got a Panther. Could be a mortar, could be a sniper. But mortar does feel like it would make a lot of sense here. But again, could be a sniper. Grenadiers, I feel like would be a bit out of place, but it could go for them. Away Panzerkampfwagen from the way there, using the point here. Fixing up the remaining 2-2. You got the guards moving westwards, grabbing the western field, eastern field being held there by a few plucky conscripts there. But we got Osttruppen up the light machine guns, of course, courtesy of tier 4. Increasing the Osttruppen's firepower, you know, notably in the late game stages. Looks like he's going for the sniper here though. He's flooding plenty of manpower there, so no, he does go for the mortar, and he does go for the mortar. He's just starting to look like, you know, a sniper, but Angreifen pulled a fast one there and went for the mortar. Field gun ended up deal with the 2-2. This is 3, the Ratschboom, as the Germans called it because of the sound it made. There we go. Panther moving ahead there for Angreifen, adding the pin-up machine there, of course, for good infantry murdering measure. Still, Paul.A.D's starting to look much better in map control versus his opponent, partly again just to the sheer increase in elite infantry, which the Osttruppen will struggle with. And of course, some good place here and there, but with the Panther out, Paul might start to get a bit of a rougher time again. And Angreifen in the long term probably wants to consider some more Panzer Grenadiers on off, at least that's to help fight the infantry more effectively. But been good progress in the cemetery again. Paul's force they routed. As the 3rd company was flashed out, well, platoon, the 3rd company. Field gun up in the Panther, but misses quite expensively. Need to get some tech up there. Paul.A.D needs to begin pushing for tanks and tank destroyers of a heavier caliber than we can currently go for to have a better chance versus the Panther and all the infantry. When a bunch of T-54s, for example, could easily add some serious pressure there to Angreifen's Osttruppen and Airborne Troops here, laying down sandbags. Paid a bit, not attention there sufficiently fast enough. That's an easy push there by Paul. Mortar though now here with machine gun. Work there. West side though, Angreifen is just making easy progress there as Paul again is swinging towards the east. $463 versus 176. Mechanized armor company out there. And again, I'm guessing in issue 5 the T-54 Sim-6s could also be an option. Panther shoots. Misses. Got the Strumweg rocket run ready there for Paul.A.D. Could be a very strong tool there versus the Panther. And might be a reason he would actually go for T-54 Sim-6s, because if he ram the Panther and hit it with a rocket strike at the same time from the right angle, he can actually, you know, destroy the Panther in one go. In theory a bit expensive, but considering the T-54 Sim-6s, notably cheaper if you can just then get enough map control on the pros and just keep churning out tanks. He could theoretically just slowly grind down Angreifen using these tactics. And we do get the T-34 Sim-6 here, so it could very well be what he's planning here as the Panther. The rocket run T-34 Ram combo. Not a combo for everyone, but it can be effective. And slightly reminds me of the time back in the day when T-34 Ram would completely disable a tank entirely. which, particularly during the days of the initial Tiger Rays, was very much just a way to win a game against any Wehrmacht player who went for it. You just rammed the Tiger Rays and then your Tiger Colony was just dead, with the Tiger Rays basically just collecting dust. Good jumping in the mountain country, going for the anti-tank grenades. T-Enforcement 6 is almost done. Plenty of anti-tank grenades impacting. We got the Panther charging forwards there. Pinlock machine gun ready to hose down the Soviets. Fighting for the centre as well there and the west as Angreifen launches counterattacks here, but the 2-2 is looking to perhaps screen the tank here. We got no infantry moving in here, except maybe some pioneers with the Flammenwerfer. And the 2-2-2 explodes, annihilated. Counter almost being marked out by the pioneers, down to just 2 men. With 2 SVT-40 semi-automatics. Unless Osttruppen fight against Indonesia, a bit of S-mines there spotted as well. In the centre, still got S-mines about here. Could run into them by accident. Panzerjäger's routed. T-Enforcement 6 here, moving westwards, so it says there. And of course, it does have the mixture here for the Sturmovik rocket run. And before being hauled forwards by Angreifen's forces. Note the way he's moving the Panthers sort of to keep it away from the front line while he moves to the west, so it doesn't say get hit by a few stray shots from any anti-tank weapons, but also make it hard there for just hold to spot ahead of time and make some deductions based off that. Angreifen with back and control of the map here. Paul.A.D definitely needs to get some work back there on the victory points, or he could risk losing this soon. I mean, he's down to 130 versus Angreifen's 463. Some work there is definitely going to be needed soon. More trenches from Angreifen though, very good play. It's just rare to see them though. I don't know if it's very good, but it's interesting. They're very good in the sense it's just rare to see, I guess, would be the best way to defend that statement. T-Enforcement is coming in there. Monopus is going to use the machine in the trench to defend the centre victory point. Make it harder here for him to rush forwards, but the T-34 clears the mines and the machine gun while sending it running. And of course, the fuel cache ensures that Angreifen just keep up a continual armoured build-up. And who gets harassed and loses fuel points, and there we go. We got the railway artillery firing off there. Seizing the eastern points against the eastern fuel point, clever there. Keeping that one out of Paul's hands. Troops in the centre being held down by Dishkas and Parrots. Got the mortar opening up. They could lay down smoke screen to charge forwards there. Panther moving in. Katyusha on the way to Paul.A.D. Not spending a lot of munitions again, apart from suspect he just wants to keep that tactical IL-2 Sturmovik rocket run. So yeah, that time fast 10 times in a row to deal with a Panther. But now we got a second Panther on the way there for Angreifen. Paul.A.D here may not be anticipating that, because most Wehrmacht players will only usually go for a Panther then a Sturmpanzer, or one Sturmpanzer and one Panther. What they tend not to do is commit to double Panthers, but our friend Angreifen is obviously not like other Wehrmacht players, most of the time. Also, they're pushed back by the T-34 from 6-2 kills on that one so far, and there you go, Katyusha rocket launcher, out. Constantly being pushed up, also moving up the Panzerjägers on the eastern side. We got 426 as a 98. Second Panther almost down there for Angreifen and the Panzergruppe von Strachwitz. There we go, Panther out. There we go, Katyusha barrage and attempt to take out the Pioneers. Doesn't quite work out, but just stop up. Oh, he's charging the Panther there. Probably to around the second one. Straight into the field in here, behind the T-34, 76 possibly as well. Will he try and ram it here? What will he do? Will he just allow it to sort of back off? And also got Panther moving up against the counter. Then, of course, this signals to Paul.A.D that Angreifen has in fact committed to double Panthers. Quite a chance there for Paul.A.D in the current state of affairs. He's going to need more anti-tank weapons, so he's going to have to land some very impressive strikes. But yeah, double Panthers. And in the west, we got they're pushing 40, backing up the Osttruppen. Nice play there. We got another /3 there for Paul.A.D and the second Guards making a score with which to try and deal with Angreifen's Panthers, and of course still have the Sturmovik rocket run and the T-34 Senate 6s for that combo kill. They'll probably need some more T-34 Senate 6s down the road. But in theory, at least they got one Panther, sort of permanently. And we can sort of catch it, of course. Shot bouncing off the Panther's 80mm of sloped armour. You got more ones down again. Angreifen being incredibly consistent, even late into the game here with his mining. Most players tend to just lay down a few in the beginning, sort of maybe early mid, and then they forget about it. But Angreifen's still at it 25 minutes into the game. He is still at it. Pictures they're slowly rolling back, trying to stay out of range of the Panther with 11 kills. And of course, while the Panther's main gun does not do a lot to infantry, its machine guns are actually quite lethal. Not quite the T-34-6 lethal, but the Panther's machine guns are probably one of the more lethal in the game, probably second to the T-34-6. So, a little fun fact there about the Panther. Which of course one reason why the pin machine as well, because then a Panther sort of facing 4-3 machine guns can do a lot of damage to infantry. So little fun fact there. Panther have on the way that deal with infantry support weapons. Panther the flank takes a great hit for the side armour. There you go, Panzer there that for Angreifen and the Panzergruppe von Strachwitz. Commanded by Graf Hyacinth von Strachwitz. Well, he had a much longer name than that, but that's sort of the crucial elements, I guess, of the name, if I'm not mistaken. Panther there down to half health. Field gun there supporting the T-34 push. Shot bouncing off the Panther though. Second shot going through the side arm of the Panther. Good work. In the east, we've got machine gun there versus Osttruppen. In the west, slow movements there with the second Panther. Infantry support those quickly. Running away, but there you go. Panther have a strike here against Paul.A.D's forces. Sadly, mostly just hurting his trench, not even hitting any sort of real units, but just slightly forced to retreat there for the time being. Panther heavily damaged. Panther quickly falling back. Panther moving ahead here. Panther is there under heavy fire. Trying to pop up bomb grenade, but the simple fact there's so many troops that were doing a suicide mission. There you go. Katyusha strike going down here. Straight at the trench here with machine gun in it. Rockets flying through there, and mostly not hitting the trench. But there you go. As soon as the machine gun cruise pops out, the trench does finally collapse under heavy rocket fire. Machine gun setting up here to deal with the advancing infantry. Very big wave attack there from Paul.A.D, a bit bunched up, but then again, as it is, trying to set out in the open versus particularly the Guards Airborne with the DP light machine guns and all the S-6040s does get a wipe there. Angreifen should have retreated right away. Good play there, Paul.A.D. Now the T-34-6 on the way. That's going to certainly increase his armour, though while he may be quantitatively on the same level as Angreifen, qualitatively the Panthers obviously pack a bit more heft than T-34-76s. Also, fun fact about some of the early prototypes of the Panther, they actually look like T-34-6s, but with, slightly different guns. The Germans decided that couldn't really stand, so they, came out with some slightly more advanced designs than that. But little fun fact there about the Panther. The last model of the Panther was the Panther Model G, which had some slight improvements to the frontal armour. Specifically, they removed the driver's hatch there, a slit down the front, and they also added a chin of sorts to the turret there, so basically the shots couldn't bounce down to the top of the Panther there. Basically, overall increasing the frontal protection of the Panther by removing any sort of weak spots. So, a little fun fact there. Grab the centre point, also coming up. Dishka hanging back. And now you can see Paul.A.D starting to find out. He's laying down a lot of mines in the same area. But certainly, he kind of wants to, teach Angreifen a lesson. We got 378 versus 271. Got a big push in by Paul.A.D. Going for the Panthers. And then we got an artillery field-offs out here from Angreifen. Lovely. That actually means he has almost got full doctrine with bingo, except he hasn't used a single supply drop. Panther drop. Yep, punishing Angreifen, or Paul.A.D's assault there. They're only catching the engineers, but certainly almost taking out the entire unit beneath a storm of rockets. This flank, though, is theoretically exposed, so they could maybe try and launch an assault. That we could see the machine gun be up to cover the flank against exactly that opportunity, at least from infantry. Good work. Fieldguns there pushing back the Panther. Other Panther there fixed up in the south. Could maybe try and flank around, then calling some artillery while he's doing that. Disrupting here Paul.A.D's position. Now he's going here for the fuel cache and destroy it, denying here Paul.A.D or Angreifen a bit of extra fuel. Other MG42 on the way there for Angreifen, and the Panzergruppe von Strachwitz mortar spotted and routed as well. Paul.A.D is starting to look a bit stronger than Angreifen now. He's certainly got a much larger force. Well, larger force, but not much. Of course, Angreifen still enjoys having double Panthers, whereas opponents only got double T-34s and 6s. Great versus infantry, though, obviously, versus double Panthers, the double T-34s and 6s might find themselves a bit struggling. S-mounts there being spotted, engineers advancing. Panther charging up the machine gun. Field guns coming up, T-34 coming back, Katusha there with 1 kill so far. Dishka routed by the Panthers, 3 kills. S-mounts there being dealt with by Paul.A.D's brave engineers as the Panther though opens up and there goes direct hit from the field in front. T-34's moving in, heavy damage to the Panther. Other Panther there with 15 kills off. There you go, we got T-34 round, but he's going for the less damage one. And we got, he's going to see a rocket strike here against it. Yes, indeed. Calling it in. And there you go from the rear. Oh. But there you go. Almost got the Panther, but it does survive. It does survive. But unfortunately, the rocket strike was perhaps a bit inaccurately called in, or perhaps it only began pulling into the rockets. Either way, though, the Panthers survived. Did lose a T-34 from 6. Still, both Panthers will be a bit out of commission for now, at least, since they are heavily damaged. You can't really afford to commit them without losing them. More S-mines going off. They're blowing apart more Paul.A.D's infantry. Angreifen just keeps chucking down those S-mines. MG42, they're holding up the centre against the We've got a Panther barrage to the inbound. And the machine gun immediately goes down as it takes a direct rocket hit. There we go, Katusha barrage to return the favour on the machine gun crew. Well, the Osttruppen trying to make away with the machine gun, and there you go, now they're wiped out. That K troop seen enforcing, T-34 from 6 almost done there. Conscript setting out. Almost done, almost done. Field gun setting up here. Conscripts got guards airborne setting out there. Very close to the ASLO and those chaps. Panthers being fixed up. Close for T2 there, by the way. And a fresh T-34 6 out here for Paul.A.D and the Red Army. Victory points wise, it's Angreifen's time to bleed here against Paul.A.D and the Red Army. You've got a big infantry push here with the guardsmen and the conscripts. Plus the guards airborne and the T-34 6 coming out. Guardsmen are or Osttruppen routed. They can find their DP light machine guns on the move. Smoke's from down here from the officer. Good play there. And calling in artillery there. Note he's using the coordinated fire ability. Or coordinated barrage. They just use the Panther to get off another barrage from it, allowing it to basically fire more barrages within the same period of cooldown. Clever there. Clever. Nice little synergy there. And of course, you're going to be firing a new one already. So, yeah, that's a lot of rockets out of just one Panzerwerfer. Sneaky little play there. Thumbs up to Angreifen. Field gun barrage almost landing a devastating against the Osttruppen in that just sends them running away. And we got more engineers there for Paul to help repair his staff. It's pretty much also, I think, the only thing he can go for now since he's at 95 population, so he can't go for anything else. Sandbags up here. Panthers setting up, troops are healing and forcing. Panther firing away there, very close 52 and with 17 kills, 16 infantry. So again, Panthers getting quite a thing. There we go, another rocket strike here. I think this time trying to just push away the Panther bit. And so I'm not doing too much. That's just 100 munitions sort of tossed out. They does have plenty of munitions. Angreifen meanwhile floating 400. More S-mines and Telemines could be a good idea. And I guess just trying to call in some artillery there while doing an attack to maybe sort of disrupt Paul.A.D's defense. And before do come on the west side nicely. And there you go, we do get the regular artillery to flash out the machine gun there. Will Paul.A.D realise that his machine gun is about to get annihilated from the face of this earth? No. And there we go, that's just gone. No survivors. Katusha barrage coming in to take out the Parnese, at least attempt to. tombstones being shattered, but the fuel plant has defended. Casualty being inflicted there on Paul.A.D. Field and cleared out. There you go. Trees in the tomb cemetery being shattered along tombstones. Main assault going up through here. Field and the back getting cleared out. T for the front here with the advancing Osttruppen. There you go. Land some good hits with the main gun and the machine guns. 9 kills ready. Panther moving up here. We got 19 kills on it. T for the 460 out the damage. 10 kills. Veterans 1. More rocket strikes off here. T for the 4 taking heavy damage. Field gun million. Disc up pinned down to the ground. Panther Veteran 2 shirts and added. T for the 476 about to go down. Would he try and ram it? No. Heavy damage to the T for the 476. The entire thing exploding. Shot missing the Panther. Second Panther moving up here though. This one field gun here to stop all of the armour. Considering they're quite exposed. Shot missing the Panther. Close range of the T-54. There you go. Panther charging out here. Second Panther moving up as well there. Might have exposed. There you go. Panther with the damaged engine. Angreifen got a bit too overconfident perhaps. Might have a chance of taking up the field gun. In fact, should have a really good chances though. Trying to sort of zip about here. Maybe hope to clear out the machine guns. We've got 22 kills on the veteran Panther. Another T-5476 on the way there. Getting the field gun off to a safer position. Can mostly shoot at the Panther. More onto tank grenades. Destroying the other field gun here with the Panther. Good reading the situation. Almost got the Panther. Shot bouncing though. Shot bouncing. There we go. Field gun destroyed, leaving Paul.A.D with only just one machine gun away though. Could maybe get that Panther out there. That'd be pretty cheeky though. Fighting the west here, you got Osttruppen versus conscripts. Field gun opening up and almost got the Panther, but the Panther's quickly backing up here behind the remnants of that small house, staying clear of the line of fire of Paul.A.D's C3. Conscripts found the way in the west. Officer moving forward here with 3 kills, close to veteran 2. Looks like both Panthers could very well end up surviving. Machine crew though did not, and found themselves annihilated here by the CIS-3 and the conscripts working together. You got officer moving in here, artillery fire raining down, then the field gun crew almost killing them. Panther were flying here. Nice, was trying to catch them to move towards the machine gun there. Might not be able to grab it though, so he's got a lot of pioneers charging in here. Got the veteran Panther moving up as well. They're 24 killed. Conscripts just need to get out there fast. T-54 around there, going for the Panthers, going for it. Can he finish it off? Can he take out Angreifen's Panzerkampfwagen 5? He gets it, he gets it. And he's running the other one. He's going to go for a rocket strike here. Can he land it in time? Can he take out the Panther? Oh, calling in from another angle here. Quite far away. And he gets the Panther. Both Panthers are down. A significant loss. The Angreifen's forces have been decimated. Paul has been taking heavy loss as well, but he's still got some elite infantry. And they're all better infantry, though. Panthers are still inbound there for Angreifen and the Panzergruppe. Still, that was a significant blow there to Angreifen. The German army, 2 Panthers, including a veteran Panther crew, destroyed in a short amount of time. They'll definitely expose them there. And probably should consider more assault infantry work with them. In particular, Panzer Grenadiers could be a nice addition to work with the Panthers, but that's just me. Guards Airborne there with 27 kills moving ahead here, going for the car point. Looking to deny Angreifen as much fuel, but he's got plenty of fuel in fact. So, he can still call it in the second Panther he wants to. Back here comes from the out. CoH2 moving forward there for Paul.A.D hitting the eastern victory points. We've got 241 versus 43. Angreifen's situation is suddenly looking less than glorious. But Angreifen believes in Endsieg, victory, though I'm sure Paul.A.D also believes in victory and hopefully staying clear of the gulags. T-54 from 6 there, slowly getting down. We got Conscripts as the officer here in the west. 8 kills, 72 pops a diversion up close. You'd actually a good chance of beating them. Oh, he pops the other ability, which benefits troops around it, but not the officer itself. On the other hand, diversion benefits the squad itself, but none units around it. Still, up close there with the MP40s, and the Luger almost had it, but they got the Conscript arriving. Had he popped diversion, I think he would have got that engagement, at least partially done there. Panther fire here, pushing back Paul.A.D's Guards Airborne and his heavy machine guns. Triple victory points at 223 there. Panther number, I think, 3 out there for Angreifen. Going straight for the Conscript and the machine gun mortar fire raining down. We got about 2, 3 and 4 kills on that. Very good, very nice. Also going to back up the Panther here with lots of pioneers. Awesome as engineers there. Machine gun should be reinforcing soon. Staying a bit cautious with the T-54s from 6. Ladies, I'm going to see if he will attempt to make another, you know, T-54 rocket strike combo. Awesome here though, losing out to the Indians up close with a flamethrower since then heavy cover. Indians that can't assist the other Indians much, so there's still a chance here that Paul.A.D win or Angreifen beats them back, and there we go. CoH2 drag off here though in the west, pushing back the Angreifen's pioneers. Bit more funning around here, Osttruppen against the Guards Airborne, but there you go, MD42 to the rescue. And that the Guards Airborne can't easily defend against the Osttruppen. 70 kills of those. Shackfire mortar firing down the conscripts, exploding several of them. T-54s from 6 pulling back there for Paul.A.D. Seizing points in the west. MD42 is pressing the Pirates. We've got the Panther running up here, 2 kills. And we've got the Panther unleashing hell again. This time around the disc and the constant nearby, and almost getting a double wipe there. We got Victor 2 on the Panther for 16 kills. Thumbs up there to Angreifen for a good strike. CoH2 there with 8 kills. And there you go, Sis 3 versus the Panther. But the Panther's too close, so we can quickly just keep circling about the field and once and sort of try and maybe kill it with the machine guns and just, you know, force to reposition it, but in case it just quickly backs out with the Panther. We got 142 versus 43 though. Paul.A.D much of a chance in winning and victory points, but Angreifen is quickly gaining back ground after losing those 2 Panthers. Panthers swooping in the northwest though. We got at the same time a slight attempt to disrupt Paul.A.D's defense again, for them to focus elsewhere. And I think Angreifen is going for another Panther. He might be going for a Sturmpanzer here, which could make a lot of sense for different reasons. Another artillery strike here, and I imagine it's up here. Yes, indeed, on the victory point. Seems like he gets the victory point, or at least runs as neutral. He's very likely to lose the engineers to another massive artillery strike. And once more, Paul.A.D doesn't realise it, and the entire unit gets utterly evaporated. More Panther fire here, this time around the Guards Airborne. Oh, 1 man survives, the rest got turned into fine pulp. Conscript they're about to get wiped as well. 31 kills, that's impressive. 32 kills, that's also pretty impressive in the Osttruppen. Paul.A.D though is in continuing to struggle here versus Angreifen, even again destroying 2 Panthers. He just lost too much into the process himself, I think, to the push it. And there you go. More Guards Airborne, more elite infantry for Paul.A.D to maybe try and win that way. More DP light machine guns. 130 versus 42. Machine gun getting flanked alongside the Osttruppen. Dish can move from the north alongside the field and catching out. Angreifen's forcing a bit of a pincer. He's grabbing the northwestern point this time though, without having to worry about getting shattered by a railway artillery support strike. Panther almost good to go there, and we got the Sturmpanzer on the way there for Angreifen, to the which to blow through Paul.A.D's infantry and support weapons. But he needs to do something about that fast. And Panther needs to also feel like it would be a strong addition here, in particular with all the elite infantry out from Paul.A.D. From the northwestern point here, but Paul.A.D is certainly looking to be making a serious comeback here. I mean, these guys are pulling down to just 100 points, and he's just 42, but he's still bleeding out his opponent. This could get very close. Panther charging forward with the Osttruppen, but the Osttruppen might get expressed with a nice precision machine gun up north, backed up of course by Sis 3 as well. Shot bouncing off the Panther's armor, anti-tank grenade does a bit of damage, but without the performance damage for the field gun, there's some Indian damage. Pioneer charging forward here to clear up the console of the cover. Good play. Good play routed. From north here, troops reinforcing. Seizing the western field, we got mines going down there. And direct hits here on the Osttruppen. Great firing the Ost field gun crew there. And we got the disc coming towards the centre. Still not a lot of kills there in that CoH2 considering how many Osttruppen there's been about now, the infantry. 20 kills on Angreifen's Panzerwerfer. Sturmpanzer 4 among forwards. And going to try and blast apart their Paul's infantry. There you go. Good hit on the Guards Airborne, except it doesn't get any kills, so it just takes out a huge chunk of their health, leaving them pretty much just indisposed towards any combat unless Paul just wants them to die for whatever imagined crimes against the Soviet state they might have committed. Guards will then moving the backwards. Got other guards will come, they're trying to push ahead, but the machine here's going to be a bit of a problem for them alongside the. I've got the feeling here that's going to bombard and might just give Paul.A.D what he's there. We got 58 versus 42. It's going to be really close. The machine about to go down here. Field gun crew also about to die out. 56 versus 42. This is going to get close. 55 versus 42. Pioneers pushing back the guards. No, the guards are not retrieving this compliment towards the field and to recruit it. CoH2, oh! Direct hit from the Sturmpanzer. Almost finishing off the entire thing already as soon as they crew it. They got 100 munitions there. One rocket strike available, maybe. Field gun crew destroyed. T-34 moving backwards. Trying to push for the eastern victory point again. Machine gun being outmaneuvered. More S-mines down and more casualties as conscripts are just flung apart by the exploding mini-mines. Going in for the point, we've got the T-34 coming in, they got CoH2 down on the point as well here. Osttruppen being shattered as their bodies are torn apart by a rocket explosive force. There he goes, ramming the Sturmpanzer. He's going to go for the rocket strike here to finish it off here. Can he take out the Sturmpanzer with it? Very likely. There we go, rockets hit. Sturmpanzer though survives the encounter there with the Soviet Air Force, though it is just barely. Can't go in there with an anti-tank grenade. He's going to try and finish it off here. Almost got it, but he might lose the counter in the turn, which I don't think was quite worth it there for Paul.A.D. Got 40 versus 42. Both players are stubbornly holding on. Their forces beaten, battered, and bloodied. Neither side willing to give up at this stage. Both fighting to the last man and the last bullet. Now the T-34 for Paul.A.D pushing for the eastern victory point there. No machine guns, just some Osttruppen and a few remaining S-mines. There's not a lot left. Going for the machine. We got another Sturmpanzer for Paul.A.D. Or Angreifen, another Sturmpanzer now. I mean, there's a lot of interest, and that's probably his main priority, but still, he just seems a bit extreme in some way. But I can understand. I'm not saying it's a bad choice. But it's just a bit like seeing double Panthers in a 1 versus 1. Seeing double Sturmpanzers is also rare. But here we are. What the rare fight. We got, need to go bunching up. S-mines going off and engineers. Need to retreat them. Pioneers bleeding out. He almost wiped out. Sturmpanzer shooting the conscripts. Gets a single kill. Flamethrower dropped. 10 kills there. Need to be able not to stand about in the S-mines. As soon as they get, cloaked, they might begin exploding again on the conscripts. Or at least if they begin moving while in the middle of it. Now, under fire from the Sturmpanzer, that could get a bit ugly. 30 versus 41. Panther charging in. He's going to try and push them back. Oh, they managed to dodge the S-mines. Sturmpanzer shoots. There you go. Conscripts routed. 26 versus 41. He's charging in the T-34 blind. We've got Osttruppen mortar going for the center victory point. 22 points left here for Angreifen. T-34 is going to try and take out the Sturmpanzer. I guess we all got a second one out there. Osttruppen Pantherfausting the T-34. And the Panther's going to finish it off here. Imagine. There we go. Gets hit there on the Sturmpanzer, but it's not enough to finish it off. 18 points left versus 41. 11 kills on the CoH2. Got the center point. Need to defend the western one as well here. Paul.A.D's forces are bleeding out as Angreifen is almost bled out. There we go in the end. Paul.A.D surrenders. A loss here for the Red Army. A victory for the German Army. An absolutely brutal slag out here on, well, Crossroads with a lot of flanking, a lot of manoeuvre, a lot of attempts to deal with Elwyn, a lot of mines, and so there are a lot of mines. I think they've never been quite crucial there. Some great manoeuvres from both players, some good tactics, but in the end, Angreifen I think just had slightly longer in the sick there. I think Paul.A.D should have considered some HG5s, at least HG6, some tank destroyers to help deal with the Panthers, and maybe some more mines in there, since definitely the mines played a very crucial role here. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell me. It's also a big thanks to the Steel Sledge for donating and supporting the Propagandacast. You're part of my company heroes. And this is Imperial Links, cheers, and see you all tomorrow for an awesome episode. Bye.